Hey, what's up guys? This is Ryan, your DIY guy. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, go ahead and say hi in the comments and we'll definitely reply back to you. Now on this episode, we're fixing up a problematic issue in drainage. We've got water pooling up alongside the wall and that can potentially cause issues to the foundation. As you can see, the pipes that are literally just stuck in the wall is insufficient to cope with the amounts of water getting pulled up. But we're going to fix that with a few channel drains and some new sod, so stay tuned. Coming up on Nail and Screw. We kick off by excavating the area where our drainage system will reside using a pickaxe and a spade very carefully because we know that there is existing irrigation lines beneath the surface, so keep that in mind for your application as well. We're going to be using a drainage system by Waterform, which is a channel and grate all-in-one, and this is a cool system because you can attach as many pieces together that suit your application length. Now this unit comes in a length of about 100 centimeters long, as well as 14 centimeters wide and 14 centimeters high. So it's not a bulky unit at all to install, and it will fit in pretty seamlessly in your application. You can use this in your driveway for your pavers to butt up next to and allow for adequate drainage there, or an outdoor application such as this. Now we excavate slightly larger than the dimension of the drainage unit, and that's just to accommodate for all the gravel, stone and concrete that we'll be applying in the next step, which you'll see. And you can see we're accommodating for about 5 to 10 centimeters from the front to the back and side to side, as well as at the base of the unit, just to provide for adequate drainage and a stable foundation. And this is our existing drainage system. It is simply a PVC pipe that's been slotted through the wall when it was built a couple of years ago, and it serves no purpose because of course it got clogged up with a bunch of soil, and in fact it leaches a lot of nutrition from the soil itself, so really no good. But we're going to make it good by attaching our new PVC piping to the existing one. Here's a closer look at the PVC connectors that we're going to be using. We've got a right-angled piece as well as a reducing unit. This reduces all the way from 110 millimeters all the way down to 50 millimeters in diameter, and this will connect to our drainage grate to reduce from the overall water flow into our PVC piping, which is on the left hand side. Now we're going to offer up the channel drain and grate to the area just to get an idea of how deep it needs to sit in the location, and also to which length we need to cut our reducing unit. You want to ensure that the drainage grate is not too high above the soil level as well as the grass, and keep in mind we're going to be installing new sod grass here as well. But it also should not be too low because otherwise you'll get a ton of debris flowing through and clogging up your drain. Now you simply flip the unit over, and on the bottom you then drill out the hole with a hole saw, and then start connecting all the connectors using PVC glue, which is really as simple as what you see. Apply it on both sides and then offer it up to each other and rotate so it gets an even spread, and leave it for a couple of minutes to set up before installation. Once all your PVC pipes and connectors are cut to length and ready for fitment, go ahead and apply the PVC glue as well as some stones in the base of the area. The stones just aid with drainage and also provide a secure base for the drainage unit to sit on, and also it covers all your plumbing so that in the future, if ever you need to do a repair or replacement, it's not covered with concrete, which is the next step coming up very soon. So apply evenly throughout the area and then just level out. This is quite enjoyable to watch, so I'll let you do that right now. Once all the stone is applied, then you can simply level out and it should look something like this. Now some people add more stone, but I want to keep in mind I would like a decent layer of concrete just to keep the overall drainage unit secure. Here's a pro tip. When adding the crushed stone, ensure that you level out the drainage unit so that it slopes towards the outlet and doesn't pull up on the other side. Next up, we can mix our batch of concrete mixture that will go around our drainage units, and this will keep it secure for time to come so that we don't have any disturbance from any excessive water or any soil movements for that matter. This is a pre-mixed bag. I'll leave all the links down in the description below, and you simply add water and mix it up thoroughly. Now we're going to be adding the concrete mixture around the drainage unit and getting it centered for its final position. So we're just going to drop in a few lumps around it and then trowel out the area until it is smooth so it can set in place. And also we're leaving the level of the concrete mixture slightly below the soil surface because we want to cover it up with soil and then add a new grass sod on top as well. Now that one of the drainage units are secure in place, we can move on to our second one. And the setup is very similar, except that unlike the first one where we had our drainage drain directly down, here we've actually got an angled PVC connector so that we can drain out correctly. And we've also got to cut down our reducer unit. So very much like the first step, we start off by cutting the drainage outlet hole using a hole saw. And this makes light work of getting through this tough PVC plastic. Once that's done, we measure out and cut using a hacksaw the right length of our PVC reducer. Now you want to cut this so that the elevation of the overall drainage unit is correct so that the water can still drain out and it's not too high or too low. And then also you want to sand the edges and bevel it so it can fit into the drainage unit. Similar to the first step, you're going to add PVC glue on both sides of the connection, and this is on the inner of this reducing unit as well as the right angle coupler as you see over here. Now give that a few minutes to set up in the correct position, and then again add in the crushed stone around all the PVC connectors. And this also needs to be at the right elevation for the drainage unit to sit comfortably, just to give it a secure base and assist with drainage. Once all your crushed stone is in place, then simply take your drainage unit and secure it to all the PVC connectors to allow the PVC glue to set up. And then you can backfill with a concrete mixture as we did in the first step, and then you can level that off, allowing it to cure, and backfill with the soil to the correct level. Another pro tip is to test your water drainage to ensure that it does in fact drain correctly through the drainage holes. And you want to do the step before the concrete mixture, but this is just a view of how it looks once we cleaned it out, and it needs to in fact drain from the right to the left pretty effortlessly, and you can measure that with a spirit level using the line fall indicator. With our drainage units now working like clockwork, we've backfilled and leveled out the area in preparation for our new sod grass that will be going in to finish it off. Now this drainage unit on this side won't receive any grass, but it is perfectly level to receive any amount of water you can simply throw at it. Here's the sod grass going in, and it is called LM or Berea type grass, and its species name is Dactyloctenium australe, so you can check that out online. And this is a hardy perennial creeping type grass, which is fantastic in the southern hemisphere because it works beautifully in shaded as well as sunny applications, of which we've got plenty of. Now we simply lay down the grass and bed it in so that it can start taking. And then a very important step is to roll the grass. Now, have you ever seen a roller this big? Well, it's necessary on larger applications, and it flattens the grass so that it can take and the grass roots can start growing quite quickly and level out the area quite smoothly. In terms of maintenance, after laying sod grass, you want to water it twice a day in the morning as well as the late afternoon for about 30 minutes for the first week, and then 2 weeks later you want to give the grass a smooth haircut, not too much and not too little either, and this just allows it to promote new growth and also allows the sun to get in down to the roots. Now we've cleaned out the unit after applying grass around it, and you can see the water is still flowing pretty well even with grass pieces in between, but once that is flushed out it will be clear as day. And we are super impressed with the result, and we know that the homeowner is as well, because now she no longer has any water clogging up her foundations. If you've made it this far, thanks so much for watching. We really do appreciate all the support. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you learned something valuable, and also share it with someone who you might think would need this information. Also, don't forget to subscribe down below and say hi, because we will definitely reply back to you. And then of course, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on the very next video. Guys, we are super excited for what's about to come on the channel, so please stay tuned and we'll see you next time coming up on Nail and Screw.